You're listening to the Real Elevation podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and here we discuss topics on personal fitness, well-being, and elevation of mind and body. Join us as we help build and grow a community of real, elevated men and women. If you're currently feeling frustrated, flat, and fed up with life, or want to be a physically and mentally elevated individual, you're invited to join us each and every week here on the Real Elevation podcast. Welcome to the RE family and get ready to elevate your mind and body. Welcome to the Real Elevation podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and today we have another outstanding, informative, and elevating show for you. I'd like to welcome all first-time listeners to the podcast, and be sure to stay to the end of the show where I will be sharing all my social media links where you can connect with me and the Real Elevation podcast community as we continue to grow, spread the word, and let people know about the great things we are doing here on the Real Elevation podcast. Thank you for joining us. God bless you wherever you are in the world. I appreciate your time and tuning back in. We have another fantastic show again for you. Now, today's episode, I'm going to dive straight in, is called More Humour, Less Heartache. How to have more fun with your fitness in 3 simple steps, which we're going to break down into 2 parts, but more on that in a moment. But the reason why we're talking about this, because here is the truth. We know that you probably come across that guy or that girl who treats their fitness or their well-being journey like a military mission. You know, they've got a face like stone, very rarely smile, counting every single calorie that he or she is eating, trying to crack the code to perfect health, and they don't ever seem like they're enjoying it or they're so serious with it. And that kind of used to be me, if I'm being honest. I was that person that if I'm being honest, I was one that was grinding away, sweating buckets, working hard in the gym all the time, and I was working hard, and I was doing it right. I was, to a degree, I was enjoying it. However, that really worked for a period of time. I saw results. I was in good shape. But then it wasn't long, as you can imagine. Reality hit and burnout came. I started running a business, didn't have the same amount of time. I had 2 young children to deal with. I started my relationship with my then girlfriend, now wife, and I had to work on maintaining that relationship. And I couldn't be in the gym as often as I would, working out the way I once did. And I missed the workouts. I felt like I was a bit of a failure. I was almost like cheating myself. So I ended up started resenting the process of, going to the gym, and the business was eating up all my time. So I wasn't enjoying myself. I wasn't in a great space when it came to my fitness, and that's because I was kind of taking it too seriously, and I wasn't looking at the big picture. And this is what we're inviting you to do, because when it comes to your fitness, taking fitness and your well-being journey too seriously is one of the fastest ways that you can go from enjoying it to something that you dread. Taking it too serious never worked really for anybody. Even top athletes, they have to have a level of fun and enjoyment in what they're doing in that process. And there's plenty of scientific evidence to back this up. There are studies from the University of New Hampshire, and they found that people who associated exercise with punishment or missing out or something that they have to endure rather than enjoy are far less likely to stick with it long term. And that may be something that you can relate to as a guy or a lady in your 40s, 50s, or maybe older. You've had to really enjoy your fitness and your well-being journey, not something that you've really enjoyed. So today, I want to give you 3 simpler ways that you can inject more fun and ease and, yes, humour into your fitness. And as I said, I'm breaking this down into 2 parts. So we're going to go through part 1 today, and make sure that you subscribe to the podcast so you know when I drop part 2 of this 2-part series. And the reason why we're talking about this, as I mentioned, is because your fitness journey needs to be fun. When it is fun, it's more likely that you're going to stick with it. And then when you stick with it, you're going to see the results come faster, and more importantly, they're going to last for longer. And that's what you want, right? You want to see lasting results. You don't want to see temporary results. You want to see lasting results. So let's jump in. So step number 1, rewire your why and make it about feeling good now. So you've got to kind of reframe and rewire your why. Make it about feeling good right now. So I've seen this many times. Too many males and too many females, when they're starting off on their fitness and well-being journey, they say things like, I want to lose 20 pounds, I want to get shredded, I want to get ripped. And while that's, noble and good goals to have, it's talking about something that's in the future, that's something that's out there now. And it kind of disconnects you from where you are presently in this moment in time. So action step that you can take is start thinking about setting goals, objectives that have an immediate impact on how you think and how you feel. So you can say things like, I want to finish this workout feeling more energized, or I want to feel proud of myself for showing up and doing this workout today. Or something really beneficial is that I just want to clear my head before I go to work. I want to clear my head after I've been to work, after a busy day. Make it present. Having that mindset, having that outlook is going to make you have much less pressure on doing things for the future and more about enjoying it now. Yeah, because we know that the brain is wired for short-term rewards. So if you think about making it present, making it short-term, making it more of in the now, you're going to get those dopamine hits from those small wins. And that's going to help you to reinforce these habits. And again, this is backed up by science. Harvard research showed that an intrinsic motivation, so talking about things that intrinsically motivate you, so things that you draw from within, things like feeling good right now, leads to more consistent behavior. So that's what we're trying to birth here, is getting you to think about rewiring about feeling good now, making about short-term goals, not about the long-term goals. Yes, it's good to outline those and have clarity on those short and those long-term, those big overarching goals, those big whys, that North Star, as I talk about with my clients on the Real Rejuvenation program or the Core Build Accelerator program. We talk about having clarity, which is key, but don't make it too focused on over there. Bring it back to here and now. Get in the mindset of, I can do these things that's going to help have an impact on me now. That's going to give you that short-term win, and it's going to make you feel good, and it's going to allow you to continue on, keep you motivated, and enforce that consistent behavior. Okay, step number 2, add play, not just pressure. Yeah, so adding a little bit of play, a bit of fun into workout is always good. And I'm sure you can remember that time when you were a young child. You just ran around for fun. You climbed, you jumped, you danced, you just explored. You had this open sense of adventure. Now we think it's only legitimate to exercise by lifting weights without working hard and scowling and grinding and all that good stuff. But if you can add and inject a little bit of fun time, but play into your workout, it's going to make it a little bit more lighthearted. So what I want you to think about doing, one of the action steps that you can do, is once a week do a fun first movement session. So that could be doing something like playing a sport that you enjoy. Recently here in the UK we've had some really nice sunny weather, and over the Easter weekend we had some time out away from work. I took the kids down to the local tennis court where we were playing tennis, and the kids really enjoyed it. I joined in, and I forgot how much I enjoyed playing tennis. It was probably sometime last year or the year before that I picked up a tennis racket and played and had fun. But it was great. So once a week you could inject some fun by doing something you love, playing a sport. Do some simple mobility exercises, and this could be something simple as doing some dance type movements. We know that being fluid in the body and releasing tension can be fun. Why not have a look at doing something like that? Why not try something new? Going on a walk that you may not have been on before. So, as I said, when you were young, you had that spirit and sense of adventure. You can do it again today by going off and doing something new, going for a walk, going somewhere different that you haven't done before. Or have your workout partner or friend that you work with have you do something random. So you could say something like, I don't know, choose an exercise for me, and they have to choose an exercise for you, and then vice versa, you can select an exercise with them. And it's just making it a little bit different than you may have done before. And I say injecting a little bit of play into your workout. And again, there's plenty of research and science that actually back this up. So movement that's attached or tied to any sort of fun or pleasure or joy triggers those additional endorphins that we love to enjoy secreting from the brain. So your body's natural feel-good chemicals are secreted when you're having pleasure, when you're having fun. It also reduces those stress hormones like cortisol, which is essential if we want to manage our weight more effectively and have good balanced sense of hormones in the body. So making it more humorous, making it more fun, making it more playful, just by adding some random elements into your workout can make you have those additional benefits, as well as obviously the exercise that you're participating in. So we're talking about more humor, less heartache. How you can have more fun with your fitness in 3 simple steps. So we spoke just then about step number 2, adding play and not just pressure into your workout. It's not all about grinding and working hard and sweating. Have a bit of fun into your workout. Number 1, we spoke about how you can rewire your why. Make it about feeling good now, being present in the actual goal in the exercise, thinking about how you're going to benefit immediately as opposed to just focusing solely on those long-term overarching goals, i.e. I want to lose weight. Think about how I can feel more energized at the end of this workout. And the third step we're going to talk about today is laugh loud at the lumps. Now, what I mean by this, laughing loud at the lumps, is, if we're being honest, we're being fully transparent, and I'm going to put my hand up and say I am the victim of this, if that's the right term to use. When we're getting older, fitness becomes a little bit more quirky. We can maybe relate to the aches and pains that become a bit more prevalent, the lower back aches and pains, the creaks, the moans that are louder than a growing teenager, all these things that can relate to more and more so as we get older, yeah? But it doesn't mean that that's the end of the road because we may be struggling more regularly with these issues. We can just laugh at it. We can make it a little bit more lighthearted and not take it too serious, yeah? One of the action steps that you can do is record the times when you have a little bit of an ache and pain and note it down and try attach some humor to it. You could even make a little bit of a blooper journal. You've seen on programs such as I can't remember the name of the program now, but you've seen those fitness bloopers where they're taking out the takes and retakes of funny moments where they're trying to record something. You could do something similar in terms of your fitness journaling. Think about the time when you've had a bit of a pain or you've not woke up feeling absolutely on form. Write it down and make something humorous out of it. Do some stretching exercises that you maybe could do with a little bit of fun. Just being a little bit more light-hearted about not being great all the time, because it's not about perfection. You've heard me say this before. It's about progress. And fitness, your fitness, without the right frequency and consistency is flawed and is foolish. You've heard me say that many times before. So we're not here saying that everything has to be perfect. We can laugh at the times and make it a bit more humorous at the times when we are not on great form or maybe not feeling on top form. Just laugh at it. These lumps, these ups and downs are a natural process in our fitness and our well-being journey. And we know that laughing at certain scenarios and certain situations is beneficial. Laughing helps to lower blood pressure. Again, we secrete those feel-good hormones. It can help boost our immunity, and it helps improve our mood. So, as I say, you may wake up one morning not feeling great, feeling a bit stiff, feeling a bit tight, when you go into that mode of, right, I'm going to do something about this, have a little bit of laugh, have a bit of humour about it. Don't take it too serious, yeah? You're not a robot, you're a human being. And being a human comes with these ups and downs. That's just part of the deal. That was written in the small print before you came into this physical being in your body. So laugh at it, be a bit more humorous about it. Don't take it too serious, because when you do laugh, it actually makes you feel good. So that is it for this section on this part, making fitness your ally, making it fun and not your enemy. It doesn't have to be punishment. I know for many people, they think as they start up on their wellbeing journey, and this is what I've observed, especially in the older demographic, people in the 40s and 50s, this is often what puts people off, is because they think they have to be so serious about it. But I'm here to change the narrative on that, folks. That's not the case at all. Fitness doesn't have to be punishment. It can be playful. It can be and is empowering when done right and done consistently. And it can be funny as well. It can be funny as well. And when you do that and have that outlook, have that mindset, you will be amazed how much more consistent you are, how much more confident you are, and how much more pain-free you become, and how more powerful you become, and how much more performance elevated and productive you become, because you're in this space of enjoying your fitness journey. You're having fun with your fitness journey, not taking it so serious. So simple steps. Let's just quickly recap. We said number 1, rewire your why. So focus on daily feel-good goals. Number 2, add a little play, add a little bit of fun, not just thinking about, I've got to get this workout done. It's not all about pressure. Inject some fun and some joy into your movement practices. And number 3, laugh loud at the lumps. Embrace the weirdness and the humour and the ups and downs, because that is what your fitness journey should be about. Life is all about ups and downs. That is what life does. But it's how we deal with those ups and downs that reflect our character and who we are becoming. And here on the Real Elevation podcast, we're all looking to elevate mind and find more freedom through our fitness. So, how did you find that? Did this episode really strike a chord with you? Did you have some aha moments? I'm sure that you did, from the things that I've just shared. Now, if you are ready to enjoy your freedom and get more pleasure, perform more, get back to feeling body confident, now I'm encouraging you to consider really thinking about taking action. If you want to get back to regaining control of your fitness and your well-being, producing and performing your best, I'm inviting you to consider applying for this 90-day Real Rejuvenation Coaching Program. This is where I help men and women over the age of 45 reclaim control of their fitness well-being without spending long, boring hours in the gym and following crash diets to help them burn off unwanted belly fat and get back to producing and performing at their best. We keep it simple, it's done at your convenience. Follow a simple, proven system that's guaranteed to get you results in 90 days or less. Now, if that sounds like something that you want to get involved in or find out more about, I'm going to leave a link in the show notes. You can fill that in and we'll arrange a time to speak about you. That's what we're here, looking to elevate you physically and mentally so you can get back to feeling and looking your absolute best. All right, that is it from me. Remember to leave us a 5-star review if you've not done so already, and share the podcast with your circle of influence and your connections. All right, that's it from me today, guys. I hope and trust you found today's episode insightful and uplifting. And remember, be well, be wise, be cool, be calm, and keep it real. Blessings and chi. Peace.